Welcome to the Mussar Torah podcast for Parshas VaYishlach. Join us as we explore the weekly Parsha, uncovering valuable insights and striving to become the best versions of ourselves through Mussar teachings. This week's Parsha has the famous incident of Yaakov Avinu wrestling with the quote-unquote stranger. Rav Shmuel Beirnbaum, Zeichel Avracha, asks a question that I personally never considered. Why didn't this stranger get into any fights with Avraham or Yitzchok? Yet, this stranger had one with Yakov. Rav Shmuel answers, we need to look at what each of the Avos represented. Avraham represents chesed, obviously, because of all the chesed that he did, serving food and the like to all of his travelers. Yitzchok represents avodah, because he was put on a mizbach when Avraham was going to sacrifice him. Incidentally, this is also the reason why he was not allowed to leave Eretz Yisroel during the famine. Yakov represents Torah, as we see from the pasuk, Ish tam yoshev ohalim. Additionally, the stranger who wrestled with Yakov was the yetzer, as is indicated in the Bereishit Rabbah. Therefore, Rav Shmuel continues, if someone is doing a chesed, the yetzer doesn't mind so much. Let him do a chesed. That's great. The same thing goes as you daven. Go ahead, daven a mincha, daven a marav, daven a shachris, especially when we daven like we usually do. However, when it comes to learning, that is when the yetzer goes to work, because we and it know that the Torah isn't the antidote to the yetzer. This insight from Rav Shmuel gives us a powerful lesson for our own lives. Just as the yetzer specifically targeted Yakov, the pillar of Torah, we often find our greatest resistance when sitting down to begin learning. Think about it. When was the last time you felt an overwhelming urge to check your phone while helping someone move furniture? Or when did you suddenly remember urgent errands while in the middle of davening? Well, for some of us, that's all the time. But when we open a sefer to learn, suddenly we are bombarded with distractions, tiredness, and urgent, quote-unquote, responsibilities that just can't wait. This is precisely because Torah learning has a unique power to transform us. As Chazal teach us, I created the yetzer and I created the Torah as its antidote. Barasi yetzer, barasi Torah tavlin. The yetzer knows this better than anyone, which is why it fights so hard against our Torah learning. So the next time you sit down and start to learn and feel that resistance, whether it's sudden exhaustion, a flood of urgent, quote-unquote, thoughts, or the overwhelming need to organize your sock drawer, remember this lesson from Parshas VaYishlach, that resistance itself is a sign that you are engaged in something truly powerful. Like Yakov, who emerged from his struggle with a bracha and a new name, we too can transform our battles with the yetzer into opportunities for growth. This has been another episode of the Mussar Torah podcast. Until next week, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, the harder the yetzer fights, the more important the battle. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful Shabbos.